Imogen, I think we're live at 5.
Happy
it says
hump day,
you are
Paul
now live. I haven't
Wontorek.
done this in a few days. It's good to be back.
It's good to be back. Welcome to Broadway.com's Live at 5.
Hi, everyone.
It is hump day. It is Wednesday.
Imogen and I are going to be here. We're going to talk about what's happening, and then we have an awesome guest, Tony-nominated Anika Larsen, a beautiful The Carole King musical.
I've seen that show more on Broadway than any other show, apart from my dad's. So that's
You're obsessed.
Yeah, but I am obsessed.
Well,
with
you had
Beautiful.
to.
I had to.
But
So
your dad is not involved at all in Beautiful?
I've seen Beautiful voluntarily more than any other show on Broadway.
So, hi everyone.
Hi,
Everyone's rolling in.
Right, we need to talk about Hairspray,
Doors
people.
open.
So
Come on in.
We need to talk about Hairspray.
Esther just saw Beautiful on Sunday, so there you go. There you go. There's a beautiful thing right there. So thank you, the
Hairspray.
Henry 13.
Thank you for
a
helping
regular.
us out. Yes.
So Hairspray, that's the big news right now.
Big news.
Huge
NBC's
news.
new live telecast in December this year will be Hairspray.
Yes.
I think this is a great choice. I personally didn't really know the music to Peter Pan Live, or indeed to The Wiz.
Right.
But I love Hairspray.
I know every word to The Wiz. But she didn't.
I didn't.
She didn't.
However, Hairspray I absolutely can get behind. I think this is going to be fantastic, and it's the newest musical that they'll have done of any of these.
Oh yeah, good point. It's very modern,
including Grease. So very modern.
And again, they can like Grease Live. They can pack it with young hot talent, right?
Yeah, and maybe Harvey Fierstein. Do we think
Harvey? Apparently Harvey. Caitlin just informed us that Harvey tweeted that he's in. He'll do it.
He'll do it.
If they want him to do Edna Turnblad, which I think would be the best choice. I think that he would love to do it. I think he would have loved to have been in the movie too, but Mr. Travolta did the movie.
I think we can guarantee that Mr. Travolta won't be doing Hairspray live
right.
on NBC.
No,
so Harvey
definitely
definitely is in with a chance.
Now, here's the big question. Because I think we might know the answer, will Hairspray then come to Broadway like The Wiz?
I can see that happening, Mr.
I could
Paul
see that
Wontorek.
happening. I think that might be the new game plan with these things. I've heard rumors that Hairspray could be coming back.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be surprised if this becomes the new pattern. You do it on TV, and then you get some of the stars to bring it.
It's sensible, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, putting on Broadway shows is so expensive.
Yeah.
And actually, a bit of security there.
As long as they get some of our Broadway stars in there, not just like Grease. Like we have Aaron Tveit. I don't know if you guys heard it.
Vanessa Hudgens, who of course is a Broadway alum.
Vanessa Hudgens, yes.
She's lovely.
And I'm going to LA tomorrow.
You
and
are.
I'm going to interview them all tomorrow on the set, so that'll be fun.
It will be fun. I'm a bit jealous of that trip.
Yeah.
Speaking of sort of the big Broadway favourites, who are also TV stars, Sutton Foster, Younger is
10 o'clock.
back tonight.
10 o'clock tonight. You have to watch TV Land to see Younger. There's an hour-long premiere.
And also, Ryan McPhee has written a brilliant recap that will go live afterwards. So stay tuned to Broadway.com for that.
And there's also an interview. I did an interview with Miriam Shore, who plays Sutton's boss.
Statement Julie.
Diana Trout. And she's hilarious. You all know her from the original Hedwig. And she came here the other day, and that video is also going on. We had a really fun time talking. She's super fun.
So we're all about Younger at the moment.
Yeah, we're all about Younger.
It's all
we're
Younger.
doing is Younger. And you did something this morning.
I did. So this morning I went and interviewed the creator and co-director of The Woodsman, which is this amazing off-Broadway show.
Which I'm really excited about.
It's basically based on the Tin Man.
I'm an Oz freak. Like, I love anything Wizard of Oz.
And they have these incredible puppets and everything.
This is the backstory. This is to find out how the Tin Man lost his heart.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think it's about a real guy who chops wood, and then he becomes a Tin Man.
Anyway, so
it's puppets.
So I interviewed James Ortiz, who's the creator. Have a look at that video on the site that's already up. And they were lovely and charming, and it's actually coming back off Broadway, so it's sort of a bit of a hit.
Did it.
It really has an inbuilt fan base, and apparently the witch in it is really scary.
Yeah,
that will give you nightmares.
I heard it's really cool puppetry. If you guys like puppetry, I think this is going to be pretty awesome.
Quick news from London.
Right.
Bend It Like Beckham, which I actually saw, and it's
you
a really
did
fun
see
show.
it.
I went when I was there last summer. When I went to go see Benedict Cumberbatch. Anyway, I also saw Bend It Like Beckham, and that's going to be closing in March. So if you are in the UK, make sure you go and see Bend It Like Beckham before it closes.
So it didn't quite catch on.
No, I mean it ran a fair amount.
When I was in London last time, I was going to go see it, and then I said I'm going to go see Memphis again instead. I like Memphis.
He likes Memphis.
So I missed it. But you can sing it later. You can act it out.
Also, tomorrow morning, Oscar nominations.
But there's no musicals. There's no pure Broadway.
No.
There's no Les Mis or whatever that we're rooting for this year.
Broadway alums, maybe.
And how do you say her name?
I can't say her name. I was hoping you were going to say the name. All right.
You say it, Caitlin.
Saoirse Ronan.
Did you hear her?
Saoirse Ronan.
Okay, so she's probably going to get nominated for Brooklyn, and she's coming to
coming
Broadway
in the Crucible.
And we'll ask her to her face. I know there are videos online of her teaching people how to say her name, and I just haven't watched them yet. So
I
I'm
mean,
sorry
when
about
she
that.
comes to Broadway, like, she's going to have to do that.
We're going to
for
have
us.
to say her name.
We really are.
We'll come up with a really clever nickname.
Well, speaking of sort of big movies, though, Leslie Caron, who is the original
Leslie
star,
Caron. I
right,
prefer that, but okay.
was the original star of An American in Paris,
Yeah.
also Gigi.
She went to see it.
legendary. She went to see An American in Paris last night.
And Beth pointed out we don't think she went to see Gigi on Broadway.
We don't think she did.
Not that we know, but yesterday she definitely went and surprised the audience.
So there are photographs on the site.
How gorgeous is she? I mean,
I want to be her when I grow up. She looks incredible.
She's stunning.
And there's a beautiful shot also Leanne Cope's face when she was singing. It was
Yeah.
just brilliant. It's wonderful to see, so go and check that on the site. And there's also a fun story that you got from last night
right.
about Matthew Morrison.
Yeah, so last night I went to see, they've been doing these reunions at 54 at Feinstein / 54 Below. And they do these Broadway cast reunions, and sometimes they're not that great. Let me be honest, because sometimes they don't get all the right people there. But they did one for Footloose last night, and I went to see it, and all the leads were there except who played Orpheus? Orpheus sang "Let's Hear It for the Boy," but it was the girl who won. She was on The Voice. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I should have been prepared for this.
Okay.
Anyway,
Point being,
yeah,
your anecdote.
she was a big player on The Voice. Anyway, she was great, but she wasn't there. But Matt Morrison made his Broadway debut in Footloose, but he was like a replacement cast. He was in the ensemble. Matt Morrison started in the ensemble, so there you go, kids in the ensemble. You can become Matt Morrison. Anyway, Matt Morrison was there. He came after Finding Neverland, and he was hanging out by the bar during the concert, and there were two girls who were in the original ensemble in the audience, and they kept getting up during the show and doing like the original choreography, like full out. Like Footloose was a heavy dancing show, and they were dancing.
I saw it in London. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they're doing these huge moves, and then Matt Morrison came while Orpheus was singing "Let's Hear It for the Boy." Matt Morrison came running out and started busting out. And I didn't even know he was there up until that point, and started doing all the choreography. And it was very impressive.
Amazing.
So,
Matty Fresh, as we like to call him. You need to look on the site to get that joke.
I give
but it's
him a
good
lot.
joke.
Yeah, he's I think it's gonna. I'm curious to see when he comes back to Broadway and what he does next, because he only has 2 more weeks, right?
He does, and then of course Tony Asbeck goes in, and he's Matthew Morrison already has his next gig lined up. He's going to The Good Wife.
Wait a minute. Here's a good idea: Kristen Chenoweth or Jane Krakowski as Velma von Tussle.
I like that.
Okay.
That still works.
Okay. Keep dream casting. And then there's another. We're going to bring Anika in here in a minute, but there's another funny video.
For Eddie George, who's currently obviously in Chicago.
He's a football star so probably nobody
American
watching knows who he
football
is,
star.
but
Yeah,
he's in
right,
Chicago.
yes. Anyway, and he did this Funny or Die video, so check out Odds and Ends. Right, I'm off.
Okay, let's bring Anika Larsen in here, everyone. Everyone, round of applause, please.
That's amazing.
Hi. How are you?
Everyone. I'm
It's so
great.
good to
How
see
are
you.
It's good to be here.
You look fabulous.
Goodness. Oh,
Marvelous.
thank you. Marvelous.
Marvelous. Oh my God, I've been a fan of yours forever.
Look at this, it's scrolling.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
94
people look.
when it
Anika, I
comes
love
to
you.
technology.
I love you. And
I
you're
don't
getting
understand
hearts.
any
and,
of this, but it
yeah,
feels
people
good.
are clapping in Canada. Queen, diva. Look at this.
They know who I am in Canada?
Yes, of course they know who you are in
I'm
Canada.
an international
You're
star
an international
now.
star. Somebody said you should be in Hairspray Live. Okay, you want to be in Hairspray Live?
Why not?
Sure, we're in.
Fantastic
She's in.
music, so much fun.
Harvey
to
and
sing.
Anika are in. So, oh my God, how are you? I was
I'm
going to say, I've been a
amazing.
fan of yours forever, ever since Xanadu.
Yeah, we go way back.
Remember that?
We've
Remember
known each
Xanadu?
other a long time,
That was a good show. And I was like, who's that girl? And with that voice.
Thanks.
Oh my God.
That was an amazing
And now
experience.
you're in like this big, fat Broadway hit. Beautiful,
Yeah.
colon, or dash, if you prefer, the Carole King musical.
Yeah.
Because you got to make sure everyone knows it's Carole King music, because that music rocks.
It's astonishing
Is
what
it
that
still?
one woman wrote.
I mean, you're living in this music every night.
Yeah.
Is it? What is it like to live in such like hopeful, beautiful
You know, there's
music
something
like that?
about Carole King. She's like, her vibe is like this warm light, and everything, it draws good people to her. So it's the happiest backstage I've ever been involved in. Like, it's the happiest cast. People leave and the new replacements come in and they're just as delightful people as I've never experienced. And I think it's all because of her essence, her vibe. It just sort of draws that to it. So it's wonderful. And then people love them some Carole King. And every day, just now, came from the show about 15 minutes ago, the curtain came down, and people lose their minds over it. They just love her. They just love what she does. And then, of course, then there's, Cynthia Weil, who I play. They get all these fun surprises of sort of all of these incredible songwriters who... They wrote, like, between the four of them, wrote, like, half the music from the 60s. It's kind of incredible.
Yeah, like all the songs you love.
Yeah.
So you took a break from the show.
Did.
Because you became a mommy.
I made a baby person.
You have a baby boy.
I totally
Now
have
tell
a
me
baby
your baby
boy.
boy's name.
Key. It's like cookie without the k. So it's K-I-E, Key.
Key.
Yes.
And where did this name come from?
It's a sad story, actually. I lost a brother last year, and it was
Oh.
kind of devastating. And I wanted to honor him in some way, and so his name is Peik, P-E-I-K. Backwards is K-I-E-P. Drop the P, it's Key.
Wow.
So just sort of created it. So
That's
it's
beautiful.
it's a way to remember him without calling the baby his name, which I
Right.
think would be too much.
Right.
But so that's sort of it makes it special.
And
but
how
I
is
actually
that
like it in
beautiful
another.
baby?
He is the awesomest.
So how much
thing.
time
he's
did you
just
take off?
7 months.
Okay.
Because you have to take off before you give birth. An accountant can work up till the day that
yeah.
they give it, but I had to leave at 6 months because wardrobe couldn't do enough for me at that point. To
And you have
hide
great
from-
costumes too. Like
I
you're
do.
very stylish.
They're stylish
like,
and fitted,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they made like a spandex corset for me, and I was sucking in for dear life. I like to think that because I had to suck in so hard, and the poor kid was like during the day he was like kicking around in there, and then during the show he was like, "This is not fun, Mom." So I think like someday he'll be in like Bloomingdale's or something. A Carole King song will come over the air, and he'll be like, "I don't know why I'm so claustrophobic, but I need to get out now." So I was gone for 7 months, and then came back when he was about 3 months old, and now he's.
Was it hard to leave him at home and to go back to the show?
It was, but it's actually getting kind of harder every day because he's 6 months now, and he just gets cuter and more fun every day. Like he's connecting and engaging, and he looks up at me and he's like, "I know you, and I love you, and I'm going to show you how much I love you with my coos and my smiles." And so that's actually it's harder to leave every day.
That's
so I
awesome.
bring him with me sometimes on 2 show days.
Okay.
I bring him to the theater with me, and
Yeah.
have friends watch him at my stage management. My stage manager department is just down the street, so she lets us
Wow.
use it. So
That's great.
it's really a nice system. And then he's there between shows. We take a nap on my dressing room couch.
It's
and,
nice that Broadway, can be very, very family environment, right?
Yeah, because there aren't babies in our workplace usually,
Yeah.
so people love when he comes by. He's and he wouldn't exist if it weren't for the show because my dresser introduced me to my husband, my now husband.
Mm-hmm.
She set me up on a blind date with him, so I wouldn't have met him, and this baby wouldn't exist if it weren't for Beautiful, the Carole King musical. So we call him the Beautiful
You've gotten a
baby.
lot done in the last couple of years.
I sure have.
You just like
It fell for a while right before
husband,
it.
Tony nomination, baby.
It was
like,
a
just
little
do
bit
it.
like a desert before it, and then suddenly I was in a rainforest. Yeah. But,
Wow,
sometimes
that's
you
a
have to
funny
get
way of
through
putting
the-
it. Now you're in a
yeah.
rainforest.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're just dancing naked in the rainforest.
It's exactly
or
what
in
my
tightly
life is.
fitted to the wild costumes. I don't know.
Yes.
Remember
Or
when
clothes you can nurse in.
Remember when your nickname was Shafrika? I remember
I
that.
do. It still is.
Oh, it still is?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay,
yeah.
let's call her Shafrika.
Yeah, call me Shafrika.
So Broadway life is good. Somebody
Life
says,
is
I love
wonderful.
your voice in Walking in the Rain.
Oh, thank you. I love Jared's voice in Walking in the Rain.
Yeah, that guy too.
that guy
How's
too.
that guy?
That guy is amazing,
Yeah, he's
and
pretty great.
you guys you should come see the show in the next by the end of February because he's leaving.
No, spoiler.
And so if you want to see Jared Spector, you've got to.
Well, you have
you've
to
gotta
wanna
come
see Jared
See it
Spector.
soon because he's amazing. If you haven't seen him, you will have missed out on.
Yeah, you
something
guys
great.
are really adorable together.
We made this thing together. We're a team.
Yeah.
I'm really sad to see him go. I know the new guy is great and will be amazing, but yeah, no, we really did. I mean, we went through the fire with this together too. I don't know if you remember, but I had crazy colon surgery the first
Oh my
week
God,
of
yes.
my time.
Yes, I blocked it. I
And
didn't want
it
to
was
think about it.
like almost died literally day 4. I didn't know anybody, so I couldn't tell them my stomach was hurting. I thought it was gas. I couldn't tell anybody. And then cut to Jared took such good care of me in rehearsals. So we've been through all that together.
Did you have any, I remember when the show was announced, there's a lot of jukebox musicals get announced and a lot of them don't work.
Right.
Did you have an inkling this was going to be what it be this huge hit?
You know, it's funny because I actually did the very first reading in 2009
wow.
of this musical. I did like 3 of the readings, and you never think they're going to go. I think maybe to protect yourself, you think they're never going to go, because we all do so many of those developmental readings or workshops, and so few of them do. Even the ones who are like everybody's sure is going to go. So I think I've just gotten to the place where I'm jaded enough that I just assume they won't until they do.
Right.
But no, I don't think you can ever know that something's going to be as big a hit as this is. I mean, we're not going anywhere. This thing is going to run for a good while.
So Kate just yelled at me. She said, "Can you answer some questions? If anyone has any questions," the show made me laugh and cry. Esther, you were amazing. Thank you, Esther. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you do the stage door? Do you do that autograph stuff?
Oh, I always come out for that. Autographs always make me feel weird. I feel weird assuming people want my autograph when I come out the stage door. So I'll shake hands more often. I feel like it means more. I don't know. But yes,
what about
of course
Jessie Mueller? How is Jessie Mueller?
Jessie Mueller, I'm going to see moments after I leave here. We have a date to hang out. Yes.
Date?
Because we became besties through this thing, and so I'm going to go see her. But yeah, she's doing great. She's about to do Waitress. So
yeah, we're all going with her. She doesn't know that. We're all gonna go hang out.
We'll bring this, carry it with us.
What's your advice, quickly, quick advice you would give to an aspiring actor?
For aspiring actors, do everything you ever are asked to do. Do everything big and small, whether it pays you or not, whether you have to work a day job, and do it. Come to the city, start auditioning, audition for everything, even if you're not right for it, because it's like a muscle. You have to keep flexing it for it to get strong and for you to be good at auditioning. So audition for stuff you're not right for, just so the stakes are off of it. But then no matter what you get, do it. Make it happen. Because even if the show doesn't lead to anything, you'll make relationships that will eventually someday lead to. Because this whole business it's who you know, but not in a gross way of like who you're sleeping with or who your father is. It's who you've worked with before. People want to work with people that they know they can rely on. And so it's really through recommendations. I mean, you sometimes get big shows through auditions, but mostly it's because people know your work and know that you're good to work with.
So in other words, don't sleep with everyone, work with everyone.
That's right.
That's basically
That's
I just summed
exactly
up what you said.
Nailed it.
Somebody wanted to know the most meaningful Carole King lyric. Is there something that sort of pops out that just gets you all the time?
Actually, we just talked about my brother dying, and his wife. One of the things I had made for her a print of that. Actually, one of my other dressers made of the lyric. You've got to get up every morning with a smile on your face and show the world all the love in your heart. And then actually got her through some of the toughest times after he died. And I think that honestly, if we all lived that way, it couldn't help but be a better world, right?
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And it brought up the title, Because Everyone Beautiful.
That's true. It is in the song Beautiful.
That's that song.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful song. And you are so awesome at it.
Thanks,
and I'm
man.
so glad you're back.
I'm so glad to be back. We're having a grand old time there.
I'm so glad that everything is just it seems like your life is just perfect. Do you have a favorite wig?
I have a new wig. That's a reason to come
wig.
see the show again. If you haven't seen it in the past 2
That
weeks,
should
you want to
literally be
see
in the
my new wig.
advertisement.
It is
Come
gorgeous.
see a new wig.
No, we didn't. You don't tell people when you get a new wig. So I came out on stage and everybody kept looking at me twice. It's gorgeous. It's a slightly different color. It's a little warmer and it's a little fuller. And both of them are new. I have 2 wigs, but the first one is I've never felt prettier in my whole life.
Oh my God!
I
Everyone
love
go to the
putting it on
Stephen
every day.
Sondheim Theater because she's prettier than ever. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you tomorrow live at 5.
Bye.